So that's not the lending session. So the lending session, you don't have any major news events or high impact news events. So let's check the fundamentals. So after doing all these things, the rest is all about waiting. So if you check the technical analysis, the technical analysis price, the monthly time frame price is just moving up. Okay, price is in all time high. So I'm expecting maybe this week is going to fill at the monthly time frame, but that's going to be a long time. So you need to wait. Looking at the weekly time frame, at the weekly time frame, you are having these levels over here. So looking at the daily time frame too. So at the daily time frame, there was no rejectional level. So looking at the H4,
That's wild.
at the H4, these are the various levels at the H4 time frame. Looking at H1. Yeah, so at this point, what I'm waiting for,
Oh,
please kindly mute yourself if your background is noisy. So at this point, what I'm waiting for is waiting for price to, if this candle is going to flip bullish, I'll be looking for a buy. That's what I'm waiting for. If this one will be able to flip 10 bullish, I'll be looking forward for a buy to take advantage of this pip range. To take advantage of this pip range, 500 pips range. So the rest is all about waiting. So this is going to be the target. So I'm hoping in the next 4 minutes to five, hoping this candle is going to flip bullish. You having 500 pips range over there, then I'll take a buy. That's what I'm looking forward to do. So you have like 4 minutes. So is it going to break above? But the stop loss, unless maybe I use a 15 minutes as a stop. So you have like 3 minutes for the H1 to close. I was watching the 15-minute time frame, but looking at the 15-minute time frame, this kind of close with no wick, and the range is very small to us well. So it's kind of very difficult to trade within. So you see what happened yesterday. What I'm waiting for is similar thing that happened yesterday over here. So after the break of price broke out of the consolidation, what price did was what just to move up to the target and started bouncing back. So it's the same thing that I'm expecting over here. I was expecting it to move, but what happened is what it moved at a time that I wasn't actively trading. It moved around 4 p.m. I wasn't active that time. So you have like 2 minutes. Is this candle going to close about? This candle should turn. It should turn bullish. Close above this one. Then I'll be looking forward to take a buy. If not, if it remain the same, then unless maybe I'll wait for the next candle, the 15-minute time frame to break and close above before I'll take. Because I don't want to put myself in this consolidation. I don't want to put myself in this consolidation. Price being in this consolidation, I don't want to put myself in. Any question with the explanation?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, please, I want to know how you were able to identify the levels.
With the levels,
Yes, with the levels, yeah. How you identify them and mark them the way you've marked them.
okay, I'm coming. So price never close above. I will explain. I'm coming. It's like there's kind of volume coming into the market. So this one close started with no wick. So the chances that it will pull back and give us that wick is very high. It will come back and give the wick. So today I will explain wicks when you are doing candlestick anatomy. So this candle will by all means come back and create something like this. Maybe create pullback before it will start moving up. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. Yeah, so with the levels, you will talk about it during the training. You will talk about it during the training.
Okay,
Yeah, it's part of the lessons.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you see what I said, price is doing it. See, it started with no wick and now it is pulling back to give us the wick. So you see the reason why yesterday I didn't take the trade is because I didn't see significant wick. And that 300, how many people was that? I think yesterday during the lending session, was it this one? It was yesterday, yeah. I think, yeah, this one. Yesterday's pip was around 300 pips move, as we predicted. I think this one, yeah, 300 pips move, close to 300. So trading is all about waiting. After doing your analysis, you wait for price to do what you are expecting. So we are in time where, if you have been hearing me saying volume, we are in time where people are participating. So the market is busy. Okay. People are participating. People are buying and selling dollar and gold. People are buying gold, people are selling gold, people are buying dollars, people are selling dollars. So record that moment or record that time, volume time. Again, that is the time you need to participate. Those are the times you need to participate in the market because you are having a lot of market activities. So when it happens like that, price move very fast. You get it? It doesn't slow down. The times where price slow down, the chances of price moving against you is very high. That is why it is not recommendable to be trading this thing. Be trading bank holidays. The times bank holidays, the big players like the institutions are not participating in the market. So during that time, the market becomes very slow. You get it? The market becomes very slow. So when the market becomes slow and people who move the market, the institutions that moves the market, if they are not present, as I said, the market becomes slow in its movement. You get it? It becomes slow in its movement. So you need to take note of that. So from now to 8 a.m., so that's according to my local time, GMT. Okay, so you convert it to, if you are in America, you convert it, maybe you subtract 4. Yeah, you subtract 4 or 5. I think 5. You subtract 5 because of the daylight savings. So you subtract 5. So this is the zone you are targeting. Almost 500 pips. So as price as price refused to break above, what you are expecting again is maybe price to, since the higher time frame direction is an uptrend. Okay. The higher time frame direction is an uptrend. Price is making, there was a shift in trend. Price shifted trend over here. This is where we had a shift. Price change direction. So there was a change in direction over here when the candle broke above this one. So you talk about market structure too as well. So as price shifted trend, you had higher highs and higher high, higher low over here, higher high. So at this point, the trend is an uptrend. Okay, the trend is an uptrend. The trend is an uptrend. So what? How did the candle close? How did the previous candle close? It closed bullish. The previous candle closed bullish. You get it? It closed bullish. So moving to the H1 time frame. So since the higher time frame direction, the higher time frame, our direction, we call it directional bias. Our directional bias is what? Bullish. Because both pattern, both pattern and candle structure is what? Uptrend. Uptrend is the same as what? Bullish trend, or price is up, rising. Okay, so they are all uptrend. So this is our directional, this is direction. So this is like your Google map. This is what is guiding you. Okay, this is what is guiding you throughout the session. So you call it directional bias or my sectional bias. Because as now that I'm focusing on the chart, sorry. Now that I'm focusing on the chart, this is what my compass is telling me, okay, a compass is telling me that what I need to be looking for what a buy. So sectional or directional bias is what a bullish bias is what bullish trend. Trend is simply the direction. Okay. So if it is bullish, so at this point, what I'm going to do is look for an entry. So trading is all about looking for your direction and entry. So since my directional bias is what an uptrend, I'm looking for an entry. So H4, if H4 gives me an entry, I will take it, but it's not having any entry. I'll move to lower time frame. Lower time frame, this is how it looking like. Price is what also an uptrend. Price is also making highs, lows, highs. So at this point, what I have to wait for is price to create support. Okay, price to create support. You see the pattern repeat itself. I'm waiting for price to create support. So if you are vigilant, if you are very attentive on whatever you are going to be doing throughout before the boot camp ends, you will notice I will be doing the same thing. So kindly pay attention to. And next time, if I come to the chat, you will be the one to even uh, be telling me this is what you're expecting. So with time, I will start asking you what you are expecting. Okay. So you are looking for an entry. So at this point, since it's a downtrend, okay, an uptrend, what you are looking for, price has made up. It is currently, this is what you call pullback or correction. Okay, it is moving against the direction. What you have to wait for is to price to settle down. Okay, price to settle down. If you settle down on this level, then you wait for confirmation. The confirmation will be candles. As yesterday, someone asked, you wait for the candle, which aligns with what volume time. You wait for candle, then something like this. Then you go in for what. So with entries, you have breakouts and what pullback or retest. So this is a retest kind of entry. What I was waiting for is a breakout kind of entry. The entry, the yesterday trade that I spoke about, but because of not seeing significant wake, was called what breakout. Okay, this is pullback. This is one of my favorite entry setup. So this is what I'm waiting. So this is H1. H1. This is what we are waiting for. Okay, H1, this is what you are waiting for. So M30, M32 at this point, if you can get price can create something like this, okay. If price can come down over here, create a support like this, it will be nice you going forward a buy. No rushing, okay? No rushing because I know what I'm looking forward for. Okay, so if it happens like that, you take a buy. Okay, if you can get a support, you will take a buy. That's what you are waiting for, or breakout. So it is two things here you are waiting for. Either price will break, bullish candle will break above this one, you take a buy, or price pulling back, giving us a support, then you take a buy. These are the things you are looking forward to. Okay, these are the things that you are. But yesterday's trade move, it's really uh it pained me I didn't take the trade. So the rest is waiting, no rushing. We just come with we calmly wait for opportunities. Hello? Yeah, so let's wait. Let's wait. So to those who want to maybe take trading seriously, and maybe your work is not allow you, especially if you are someone who is young, the best way to is give yourself time. Okay, you give yourself time and you master the skill before you plan of maybe trying to take it seriously, because at the initial stage it's not going to pay you. But the ways to do that is to maybe start making plans towards that. Me, that is how I did it. You get it? I made a plan towards that. So when I traded and started getting some money and I started doing my own thing. So to those who want to maybe start trading, like their work is not allowing them, so they want to, even though they want to trade, but their work is not allowing them, you need to have plans towards that, because the best way, if you are doing it yourself and you are a day trader, you need to have a peace of mind. Trading, you need to have a peace of mind to do it. So having your own thing going on, having that time freedom is the best way, because if you are in your workplace and you are trading, a lot of distraction. Okay, so it's better, it is good when you are doing your own thing and you are trading too as well, because mostly at the corporate side it becomes very difficult to have time freedom. It become destructive. If you lose a trade, that's when you are pissed off for the day and angry, annoyed. So you need to have plans towards that. Plans of maybe trying to, you start saving towards maybe doing your own thing. Either you start doing farming, you get it, because I will not advise anyone to quitting your job and focusing solely on trading. You will not be profitable that way. You need to have something going on before it will start clicking for you. You get it? No one does trading as in trading is his sole source of income. And even financial experts advise, the most of financial experts advise one source of income won't sustain you. So you need to have multiple sources of income. So you can start farming. Plan of doing farming. You plan of either maybe being into retail, buying and selling. You get it. Corporate is not the only survivor. That's what a lot of people think. But a lot of people don't have that hustling mentality, hustling mindset. So they feel secured and safe when they are working for someone. But you can do your own thing too as well. It's not going to be easy at the initial stage, but if you plan towards that with resilient mindset, you can do it. You can start farming. You can start maybe what do you call it? Retail. Okay. That's where the money is. But a lot of people don't know. Money is in business. Forget money is in business. My business, the month of January, our gross profit was 17,000. Small business, so that's our gross profit. It's not net, but our net will be like, taking expenses out will be like 10,000. Imagine. So that's after paying my workers and those stuff. It will be like 10,000 to, let's say, maybe 9 to roughly 8,000. So that's my one source of income. You get it? So it's possible. Are you people with me?
Yes, yes, we are with you. Eh? So go ahead.
Uh,
Hmm. Yeah.
the 15-minute time frame is starting to create. a support, but it will be closing in the next 11 minutes. So let's see how it's going to close. Mostly, I prefer when the 30 minutes is giving the support. So we are in crucial times. Crucial times. So this is the reason I mostly say algorithm mostly basing on using algorithm using AIs to trade is kind of not something that has longevity, because you see how I'm even thinking on whether to take a buy if the 15-minute time frame give the support, you get it, or maybe the 30 minute. Yeah, I would prefer to, yeah, so in the, so that means 30 minutes is going to give another so now the move is being extended, so it's better I wait for the 30-minute time frame. So Baum is the way things are moving now. I'm very sure the breakout will be the best. Or maybe if price will just move down and create something like this, that would be the best. Okay, that would be the best. Or lending will decide to range. And one thing you need to understand, so if you are trading, okay, so maybe after the training, if you are trading alone, check the economic calendar. The weeks where we have unemployed NFP, okay, non-farm payroll. It's like job when the U.S. Government release the number of people, the job data, the number of people that they got employed during that times. Or you don't have NFP? Yeah, you have NFP. Oh, there's no NFP this week. There's no NFP. So mostly it happens NFP. You have ADP, but you don't have NFP. There's no job data to report on. Yeah, so weeks where that's the first week of the month. Weeks where we have NFP, the market becomes very tricky. So that time, I suggest you wait for high probability trade setups, then you take them. Okay. So if it happens, this one is going to 30 minutes time. This one is going to close above. Then lending opinion, we can take advantage of the buy that I was talking about, which is 500 pips. So in the next 30 minutes, I'm patiently waiting. So if it happens the 15 minutes to close above these zones, it's possible you can go in for a buy at 7:30. So if it breaks above this one, like what happened yesterday at the time I was talking about, if it breaks above this one, okay, like how this one close above. This is a breakout type of entry. So we have breakout and retest. So at this point, the way we didn't get a breakout, okay. So yesterday before the live stream, you see I was talking about a retest. So this was the retest kind of entry. I would have taken it. Okay, I would have taken it, but the range was very small. This was a breakout form of entry. So this is breakout, and this one is what? Sorry, this is a break and retest, and this is a breakout entry. So after the, you see, price was consolidating, meaning what, price was making the same highs and lows, the same highs and lows. And what happened? Price broke out. So exactly what I'm expecting over here. I'm expecting a breakout.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Please let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we are waiting to see whether the closure of this candle will either close at the support level or will break the resistance. So, my question is, if it breaks the support, what then becomes of it?
Breakout.
And when, for example, the support here, if the next candle should close below the support here, which means that it breaks the support, what happened then?
You take a buy. You will be looking for a buy.
When it,
Resistance or support.
I mean, so I'm talking about the support.
This one.
Yeah.
When price break,
Yeah, when price break that,
you said it becomes what?
and what becomes of it? Or you will wait for it to go and retest again?
So my, as I said earlier, my directional bias is what?
Mm,
A buy. So if it breaks and it's
Bye. Okay.
selling, I have to go and check the high time
Mm,
frame, what's happening over there. Has it also
okay.
changed? If it has
Okay.
shifted, then I have to change my bias. If not,
Okay.
then I have
Okay.
to, okay. So at this point, maybe I have to
Mm,
be prepared. If the
okay.
candle close, if it close about, why the stop loss is going to be massive. You have
Mm,
like 3 minutes, 200 pips. This is the logical stop
wow.
loss.
Mm, it is closing above.
So when you are seeing a setup, you need to check your risks. Okay, the lot size you will use.
Mm,
200, 500. Close to, let me see, H5. Okay, maybe H5. This one reduce it. So you have like 2 minutes for it to close. So if it's closed below, then I have to wait for the 30 minutes to close. Stop loss. The stop loss is like 200 pips. But if the candle too close with no wick at the top, I'm not going to look for an entry. The stop loss keeps on being wide and wide. So we have some few seconds. It should give us the wick. Okay. So it's like, wow, it has closed. But it looks like there was no bottom wick. This candle needs to. There was no bottom wick. So there was no wick for this candle. So I have to wait for the 30. You see, there was no wick for this candle. The candle did not give any wick. So I have to wait for the 30 minutes. But the 30-minute 2 hours close. There was no wick. There was no wick. So I will not take the trade.
So please, so why are we waiting for the week?
Yeah, so that is how the candle mostly normally moves according to experience. If the candle close with no wick, the chances that it's going to make a deep pullback is very high.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Now, so at this point, it's either we wait for the 50-minute time frame to give us like maybe close bearish. Okay, it's close bearish because it can, the way there was no wake, it can make what a deep pullback. You get it? It can make a deep pullback. So I want to see something like this. If the 50-minute time frame candle close, if it's close bearish, okay, if it's close bearish, so the next bullish move, then I will take it. That's what I'm going to be waiting for. So you see the deep pullback that the candle is making because there was no wick. So you see, experience is very important. So you are waiting for the support to form. So if you watch yesterday's move, if you watch yesterday's move, where is yesterday's move? Where is it? So you see, there was some small wick at the top. You get it? There was some small wick at the top. There was some small wick at the top. But here, there was no wick. There was no wick at the top. I'm talking about the previous candle. See the previous candle, there was no wick at the top. So it's very tricky and risky. It's very risky and tricky. So the way it has made a deep pullback like this, if it starts closing around this side, that won't be bad. You need to be very calm, patient, and wait. Let's do the right thing. Also, since the breakout, if the breakout refuses to happen, then you wait for a pullback. Okay, you wait for a pullback before. So according to experience, the candle needs to create open with wicks. So if you watch yesterday during the New York Stock Exchange session too, there was some break and retest over here. But you notice that you see the candle close with no wick. The candle closed with no wick. Yeah. So that's why this one is behaving like this. Waiting. Waiting. So if it flex back bullish, then the chances of price heading to the next level is high. Or even if it starts breaking the high over here. So you are in volume time, so I'm expecting if it comes back and starts breaking this one. Okay, if it comes back and start breaking this one after the closure, like 4 minutes, it happens, then yeah. So someone is asking, so are you waiting for a wick on the top? Yeah, you are waiting for the next candle closure. The previous candle, if the previous candle closed with no wick, then you need to wait for the next candle to what decide on your entry. You decide on your entry on the next candle. So it's flipping back. You see how deep the pullback was. So if you don't wait for those times, you're going to be trapped. So have you seen how experience has been in play over here? It was the same setup yesterday. You get it? Yesterday was also a breakout. Was it this one? Yeah. It was the same breakout yesterday. The same breakout. The same thing. Nothing has changed. The same breakouts. Nothing has changed over here. So you need to steady the moves. So you have like 1 minute. So if this candle close above this one and starts the next bullish candle breaking above, there's high chances that price will keep on moving high. So we have like some few seconds for the candle to close. It should break above the zone. should close above the zone before you will be considering a buy. So it's never closed above. So at this point, then you have to wait for the 8 o'clock for the 30 minute to close. You get it. You need to wait for the 30 minute closure. Excuse. You need to wait for 30 minute closure. You are in volume time, so there was confidence in the setup. So you see, trading is not about the strategy is secondary. By the emotion part is where the problem, where a lot of people find problem or face problem. Waiting, watching, maintaining your composure is where the problem lies. So you are waiting for the 30 minutes closure. I'm considering. So the setup is not different from yesterday. What happened yesterday? There was no difference in that. So we have 11 minutes. So lending is slow this time around. So let's wait for the 30 minutes closure. If the 30 minutes close like this, you take the break above. I'm surprised. Like, okay, maybe 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, you might see some big moves. You have 9 minutes more. But if the 30 minute candle close like this too, if it's close bearish within the range, that one too will be another challenge for me to take the trade. So you see, all my distinct checklist should be tick before I will execute. You get that's what you call trading constitution, trading plan, trading checklist. You get it. All those things should be checked. I have visualized all of them. So all of those should be checked before, should be ticked, should be checked, should be ticked, should be checked. So the way it's low, I'm sure 8 o'clock you will see some massive move. So let's see how H1 is looking like. So H1, so you have 8 minutes for it to close. So it looks like it's flipping. You want to flip. So if it's 8 o'clock, the candle close like this, I'll go in for a buy. Take the breakout. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Patient, patient, patient. So 8 o'clock when it makes a pullback, start flipping. You can get some 500 pips move on gold. Mhm. Okay. So at a certain point, you need to watch and observe. Need to watch price and observe what's happening. Sure, the way price is slow, lending open is going to bring in that volume you are expecting it to see. So the 15 open with no wick. Okay, so if it's closed like this, then the flip will be nice at 8 o'clock. So one, okay. So when it happens like that, the risk toward is going to be like one, two, one, two, three. So each one two is closing nicely. So this one has all taken the long wick we are seeing over here means it has taken all those who took sell. And now it tells you that sellers have lost control, buyers have taken over the market. Let's see how things are going to play out. So few seconds more. Okay, few seconds more. So if it takes the high over here, I'll look for a buy with volume time. 6 seconds.
Okay, so you look for a buy based on is it a 30-minute close or 15-minute close? Or it depends on
They fall close together. They are all given, all the time frames are given entries.
no, it's because you said when it closes above the high, that is where you've marked the
Yeah,
with the trend line.
yeah, yeah. Okay, when it breaks the high, I'm going to be in with volume time. Taking, 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 taking. So it's not been triggered yet. So now the new stop will be below here if it takes the high. Let me see H1. H12 is looking good. I think there was no volume, like the market is dry. It should take the high, it should break the high above this one to see a significant break with volume time. Should be a significant break. Should be a significant break before. So if I enter, my stop loss will be below. Let me see the 30-minute time frame. There should be a significant break before I go in. Okay, we didn't see like that. There was no significant break. So if it will flip again, I'll be looking for trade. So no trade. So I was thinking 8 o'clock would bring in volume, but we never saw something like that. Still ranging. So it left it small, then I would have been triggered. I think because of NFP. That's why the market is moving slow like that. And I'm not seeing any NFP data too as well. So it's like lending session is just ranging. You don't see there was no massive break. So it was the same thing that happened yesterday during the New York session. It just consolidated, made back and forth, and later in the session, we saw this breakout. So I'm very sure that's what is happening over here because all the directional time frame, the H4 is what an uptrend. Okay, so the directional time frame, both candles and everything is an uptrend. So I'm expecting a massive move. I was expecting a massive move.
You need obedience for ministry. Money is a reward for obedience. Into ministry with faith. How much is money? That you're always waiting for money before you move. That's why your ministry is moving like that. If your ministry moves on the strength of faith, it will move faster. Money is a byproduct of faith. It's a going to all the way. He knew that he had given them so. These men were going like a car is in them, a plane is in them. These men walk, they walk. Men of old revelation. There's too much money in your heart. That's why the
Okay, so price is not doing as what you're expecting. It just ranging. Price is not moving as you're expecting. So at this point, if the 15-minute time frame is able to break above, I will consider a buy. So at this point, I'm waiting for the 15 to close above. So let's wait for the next 5 minutes. If price break above, you consider a buy. If not, then no trade for the session. 5 minutes more. 5 minutes more. Mm, 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 mm. So you see how trading is boring. You just sit and watch. The game is not fun at all. It's boring. Money is in the boring stuffs. That's where money is.
Well, it's because you've learned patience.
Mm.
Because for some, movement is trading. So as soon as they see price,
They went
by
up.
now somebody would have taken about 6 or 7 trees just
Yeah.
because price is going up and down. But yes,
So that's
we
why I
need
even
to,
initiated this live stream so that you people will
yeah,
watch how I'm calm with my execution. You said yesterday too, it was the same thing. I was
oh
waiting
yeah,
for price to wick down before.
yeah,
So it's the same entry yesterday, but one thing about trading is what the patterns are the same, but the outcome is different
yeah.
when it's presents itself. Yes, at this point, I'm seeing multiple touches over here. So if it can break above, it's going to confirm the breakout to this side. I'm sure the market is right. Patience, patience, patience. Let's wait for the next. So you have like 3 minutes. If you don't see breakouts above this one, if you get price breaking above this one, we can be going in for a buy. If not, then you call it a session because it started around 6. You spent more than 2 hours. So you see, the idea was coming from the high time frame, the directional time frame, coming from the directional time frame. So from directional time frame entry. So when it comes to the entry, what you have to do is wait for top wick and bottom wicks. If the candle, ongoing candle, does didn't it's not having top wick or bottom wick, avoid that. So you see the one that I showed you, there was no at the 30-minute time frame. Was it 30 minutes? Yeah, this candle. You see there was no wick at the top, and you see how it made a deep pullback. That's the
Yeah.
reality of how the candle moves. So after getting your directional bias, when it comes to entry, wait for top and bottom wicks. Okay,
Mm,
wait for tops and bottom wick. If you want to enter a buy, wait for the ongoing candle to pull back. Okay, because most of the time the first minute move mostly happens to be fake out moves. So
yeah,
wait for it to pull back before you jump in.
yeah.
You get it. Wait for it to pull back before you jump in. So we learn.
So I have a question. So it
Okay.
means your strategy, you don't employ limit orders.
No, I'm
Okay.
watching the chat and good moves fast though. Sometimes it can be pending orders, buy stop or sell stop.
Mm,
Can set buy stop or sell stop. If so, the buy stop and sell stop is going to come in when price has pulled back. When it pulls back like this, then you set pending orders for it to be what when it's coming back, then it triggers you in.
mm.
Yeah. A moment. Okay, so we didn't see anything like that. So at this point, so the market is even drying up. The time that you were expecting price to move massively, we didn't see it. Okay, so at this point, what I'll be waiting for according to the way price is moving. So at this point, there's another support over here. So maybe I will wait for price to pull back over here, create a support. So the entry will be break and rated. And when it comes to trading too, the timing is very important. Okay. All these things that I'm telling you, you can start applying them. But if you trade them at the wrong timing, you are going to be losing. Okay. So mostly during the morning session, I prefer trading from 6 a.m. to maybe 9:30. 9:30, closure of the 4 hour candle. Okay, that's when I prefer trading. But since this one, mostly if I notice that the 6 a.m., 8 a.m., you see massive move, then around 8 to 9, the market will start drying up. So during that time, sometime going to wait for the New York session, maybe from 12 p.m. GMT. Okay.
Yeah.
So the timing too is very important. You can apply all the things that I'm saying. If you trade them at the wrong timing, you will lose. You will lose most often. So take note of that. Okay. So I hope you saw with gold, you saw the analysis that we did. So you can also, I've recorded it. So maybe I'll upload it so that you go back and watch how I was calm and waiting. All right. So you've spent enough time over here. The session has even expired. So tomorrow too you continue. All right. See you all
All right. So
in
then
the
it
evening.
means
In the evening.
see you in the evening for
The training.
the training itself. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Anatomy of candlesticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.